Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you have subscribed already, welcome back. I am Mr. Lamchaneygurung, and like I always say, always think before you sink, and in this video we will do exactly that. Although I have already started investing in this company, I have intentions to further funnel investment and make my portfolio stronger in this company. Now this is a SPAC which will do a merger with Trine Acquisition Corporation, ticker symbol TRNE, which will be investing around $300 million buying a private company called desktopmetal. So currently, if you want to invest in desktopmetal, you will need to buy shares of Trine Acquisition, which is currently hovering around $11 mark, which I think is a massive undervaluation of this company, provided that they claim that they will become a $10 billion company in the next decade. And this Burlington, Massachusetts based company plans to list on the New York Stock Exchange with a new ticker symbol DM and under the banner of desktopmetal after the merger. And now the merger date hasn't been announced yet, but I am expecting it to be somewhere around end of October or November, but anyways before the end of this year. So I will update you with that. Keep in touch. If you can also add me on my follow me on my Instagram account as well. I will let you know. Okay, let's have a quick look at their transaction summary. Trine Acquisition has currently $300 million of cash, which I've already mentioned to you in my introduction video, and they furthermore will raise around $275 million in investment via private investment in public equity or from PIPE investments. And their company value is around $1.8 billion, and the implied revenue is already $942 million. Pre-transaction, desktopmetal already has fully funded, which I'll come back to you in a few slides later. What they have is a very interesting portfolio of big giants doing smart investment in desktopmetal already. And post-transaction, they will have a cash balance of $625 million. Okay, the ownership will be split as follows: 74% of the existing shareholders, 14% of SPACs and founder shares, and 11% from PIPE investors. Okay, desktopmetal looks to revolutionize industrial manufacturing by the next generation of additive manufacturing, which is 3D printing and additive manufacturing 2.0. And now you must be confused and you must be wondering, 3D printing, it has been in the market for well over 10 years, if not 20 years, and it hasn't made any impact in my life, and definitely I haven't seen it in an industrial scale as well. How come desktopmetal comes in all of a sudden and this will be the game changer? It will change the market. Well, the answer is quite simple and it's quite easy as well. It has tons of advantage over the typical 3D printing in terms of pace, cost, materials used, and once it starts entering the manufacturing industry, it's projected to grow by 11 times over the next decade to a $146 billion industry. Okay, so definitely this is what they project, what they say in the investors presentation. I hope it's not a banter. Okay, some of the advantage of the accelerated growth. So since October of 2015, desktopmetal has raised around $202 million, which it says it will use to further accelerate bringing its technology to market and make metal 3D printing accessible to manufacturers and engineers. Okay, for 3D metal printers enables more efficient and lighter components. Okay, so components for commercial vehicles such as excavators, trucks, or even forklifts should be as light as possible and at the same time stable and durable. This will provide access to these different varieties of industries for desktopmetal. So with the help of 3D printing, components for such commercial vehicles can be designed in such a way that they are light, sturdy and stable at the same time. Along with that, high precision metals from 3D printers with a combination of 3D printing and electrochemical ablation. Very small components, whether it is from vehicles or aeroplanes or you name it, whatever industry, with the help of 3D printing process for metals, it is possible to produce such complex components. This will simplify the manufacturing process and reduce the lead time or the time for assembling the components for the end use parts. So what I mean to say is, like, let's say you previously there were some very precise and some small components that had to be produced separately in one factory, another factory, or let's say for an instant maybe different countries as well, and then you have to gather them all together, ship them, and then you assemble them. This whole process can be skipped with the help of this 3D printing. Okay, so, and these are the companies, these are all the markets that will benefit from this additive manufacturing 2.0. As you can see in this picture, the EV industry can benefit a lot as well. Military defense, they can use this as well. It can be used in robotics as well, even in space exploration programs as well. Now that we are all interested more than ever in Mars exploration, thanks to almighty Elon Musk as well. And if you see, this is what I am talking about. Okay, so these giants like Ford and BMW, they have already have a strategic investment on Desktop Metal. As you can see in this slide, they have already invested, or they have strategic investment in this Desktop Metal already. Okay, and here are some of the blue chip customers that they already have. So they already have a foot in the market to begin with. They have automotive giants like BMW and as well, and you can see all of them. Even Adidas is there with them, Goodyear tire is there, Bosch, all these electronics as well. Everyone is using them already. Okay, so currently they have these 4 printers, out of which Studio System, the first one, is the only one available at the moment, and Fiber and Shop System will be launched in the 4th quarter of 2020. So this will be within this year, and that will be somewhere around October, November of this year. And the Production System printer, which is the last one over here, you can see, this will be available from the end of next year. And they have a coverage, they provide in more than 60 different countries all around the world. Okay, and if you look at this chart here, this graph, this is quite interesting as well. So you can see one chart for Shop System and the other chart for Production System. What it represents is the reoccurring revenue streams. Okay, that means normally when you buy a printer, let's say, and you will need the ink, so the cartridge will only be suitable for the printer that is of its brand or of its model type. So similarly to traditional inkjet or laser printing models, the ones that made Helvet, Pack or household names, every time Desktop Metal sells a unit, it is setting the stage for a long-term reoccurring revenue stream with relatively high margins that will result in customers' LTVs, long-term value, far greater than the upfront cost of research and development. A significant advantage as the customer will remain in the Desktop Ink ecosystem. Okay, which is clearly shown in this chart. So let's say the first one, Shop System, will generate an revenue of $1.1 million, and the production system will generate about $6.5 million respectively within their lifespan of 10 years. That's just like an iPhone. You can only get some applications or some products on an Apple phone from an Apple electronics. This will also keep their customers within their ecosystem, so they have a nice reoccurring income as well. Now let's have a quick look at their fundamentals as well. They are projected to grow by about 217% in the next year, and 114% by 2022. And their gross profit will also increase substantially over the years, which looks all good, which looks all great. And of course, this is their projection, this is their investors presentation, and by looking at the fundamentals of these company, I think it is okay, and I think it is undervalued at the minute with the $11 mark. Let's say even if you buy this share at $11 and it doesn't do too much good, I think the cost of the chances of this sliding down below is very minimal when we compare it to its potential for an upward. So I think it's a pretty safe investment by looking at their investor presentation and their products that are supposed to be launched within this year, as soon as this year, 2 products with this year and another product next year. Okay, and they have completely different way of approaching the industries when it comes to 3D printing now. With that being said, I would like to conclude my video on desktopmetal, Trine Acquisition for now. And if you thought this video was informative, if you think it was helpful in some way or one way or other, please do not forget to hit the like button. Trust me, it means a lot to me. I'll be coming out with more contents, more videos on more stocks that I am investing in that you want me to talk about as well. So stick with my channel, subscribe if you haven't already, please, and leave a comment if you have any other opinion about this stock. And with that being said, always think before you sink. I will sign out for today. Goodbye, my friends.